All right, so I'm an idiot, and when I got up, I accidentally just like instead of pausing my video, I stopped it. So I'm gonna have to try to find a way to merge them together, and I'm gonna have to use software for that. But that's okay. We're not. I'm not really gonna worry about that right now. Let's break down Colorado and TCU. So this game was an awesome way to kick off Saturday. Awesome way to kick off the actual start of week one. Yes, there were games on Thursday, there were games on Friday, there were games the week before, but this felt like the real start to college football being back. And Colorado, I like Colorado. I thought they were going to be pretty good this year, but I was thinking like 6-6 make a bowl game good. Colorado, yes, it's against TCU's defense, but Colorado looked really good. Like really, really good. Where I'm wondering, are they gonna go like are we talking about a 9-3 team? I don't think they're gonna win all their games. I don't think they're there yet. I'm not talking about putting them in the college football playoffs, but 9-3, making a big bowl, and then next year, if Sanders stays, I don't know if he will or not. If he keeps playing like this and he's a Heisman front runner, he probably goes. But it's not out of the realm of the possibility that they go 7-3, keep all their games close. And 7-3, you might sneak into the Pac-12 championship game that way. And even if you don't, you're gonna make a big time bowl. And then next year, I think Dion's doing something. It seems like the kids are really responding to him. And again, they got a bunch of talent. A bunch of talent wanted to come play for him, and they're being coached. They're doing the right thing. And again, it's talent. TCU is a good team. I'm not taking anything away from TCU. Their defense is suspect. It was last year, but I mean, this TCU team reloaded from last year. They don't have the elite playmakers that they did, but it did not matter. Colorado hung in there. They acted like they deserved to be there, and they did. So I like Shadur Sanders. He looked very calm in the pocket, even under pressure. Travis Hunter playing both ways is ridiculous. And it's not just playing both ways, it's playing both ways at a dominant level. I think he got 11 targets for 100 something yards. Their true freshman running back, Dylan Edwards, 5 receptions for 135 yards, 3 touchdowns. He also had like 7 carries for 40 yards or something like that. Very explosive runner in open space. Again, he was a 4-star. It's not like it's not like he was a 2-star athlete that they just brought there. He was a 4-star, wanted to go play for Dion. Dion said, all right, hey, if you're the best player, we're going to put you in, even if you're a true freshman, 18 years old. They also had that also had the other wide receiver. That's all right. I don't remember, but they had a bunch of playmakers there. I was expecting their offensive line not to hold up very well. They did well. TCU, Trey Sanders looked pretty good. Chandler Morris kind of lost them the game with a couple bad turnovers. Lost them the game, I think. This Bailey running back too, 14 carries for 164 yards. So again, TCU's got some talent. I know I was confident in TCU because again, I'm going long. I'm trying to get this to be like 30 to 35 minutes. We're already at probably like 28, 29. But Chandler Morris was the starter, and then he ended up, getting injured, and that's how Max Duggan came on and everything like that. So I expected him to come in, and he came in and looked good. It's just every once in a while he just was kind of erratic. So I think both these teams are going to be top 15 teams. That's my thought. Wisconsin, I don't think Wisconsin's really ready yet. You saw sparks of what they can become, and their running backs looked really, really good. Braylon Allen is a dog. He was my number 2 running back. He's gonna. He might be number 1. Trey Benson is kind of moving up there too, but I kind of feel like he's number 1. He had 7 catches, and he also had 100-something rushing yards. And then Chaz Malusi, the number 2 running back, also 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. They both look really good. So this team is built on the running game, but they're starting to mix in other elements now that they have Luke Fickell in here. I'm really excited to see what happens. I don't think they're a top 25 team yet, but they're making splashes. Oklahoma State 73-0. The only thing I have to say about this is Butch Jones crying as Arkansas State's coach is kind of funny. That's it. Oklahoma looked okay, and by okay I mean they look good. I'm not ready to say they're a top 25 team yet, but they look good. No, North Carolina versus South Carolina. I thought this was going to be a lot closer. This score doesn't really even tell the whole story. South Carolina's offensive line got absolutely worked. They couldn't run the ball. Spencer Rattler is getting pressured all day. So I'm not going to blame Spencer Rattler, but he didn't really look good. Obviously, he was under pressure almost the entire time. He got sacked, I think, like 7 times. Leggett, Xavier Leggett, the wide receiver, looked really, really good. He looked like the only thing they had going on offense right now. And that's not to take it away from North Carolina. North Carolina played really well. This Britton Brooks running back is interesting. Or not Britton, it's British. British Brooks. He looked interesting. I kind of digged his play style. He was fierce. He was a hard-nosed guy. Drake May, the quarterback for UNC, just was kind of he showed promise, but he made a couple mistakes here and there. So, I mean, I had him as QB2. Could he move to QB4? He could. Again, he played a really hard defense. Like South Carolina's defense is really good. So I'm not going to punish him at all for that. But North Carolina is looking to be the real deal. Going to Ole Miss, they're going to throw up points. Jackson Dart looked as good as you thought he would look. Quentin Junkins didn't play that long, and he looked good in his stuff. I was hoping to see him get 100 yards, but that's all right. Texas A&M. Connor Wegman kind of looked nice. Is Connor Wegman going to bring Texas A&M back 52-10 against New Mexico? Is that? But Evan Stewart, the 5-star that we've been waiting to see, looked good. Aniyah Smith looked pretty good. This Daniels guy, I don't remember him carrying the ball, but apparently he did pretty well too. This game, Michael Pratt carried Tulane to the win. I know we talked about it when we were showing our rankings. South Alabama is a very, very good team. Tulane is also a very, very good team. I think both these teams are really, really good, but Michael Pratt, the quarterback, is the reason why they won that. Utah State versus Iowa. Cool, man. Iowa won. They didn't really show any of the guys that I was looking for in our preview other than Cooper DeJean looked good. The what are they called? Tight end that we were talking about. He didn't really do anything that we talked about in our highlight series, so that's all right. Devin Leary looked okay in his Kentucky debut. I was hoping he looked a little bit better than that. That's really all I got to say about that. I'm trying to speed through these. Mikey Keene for Fresno State. Good job, Mikey Keene. This is just getting chaotic towards the end. Now we're not going to talk about that game. We won't talk about that game. Arkansas, KJ Jefferson and Rocket Sanders in the backfield together. They look good. They look big. They didn't do anything crazy. But again, it's against West Carolina, so that's a little concerning. I was expecting Rocket Sanders to just run all over people. He looked fine. He didn't look great, which is a little concerning for that. Jackson State again looking good. Iowa State, don't going to talk about them. No one there. Don't really want to talk about anyone there. Western Kentucky, no. Cincinnati, shout out to Emory Jones. He gets this throw to Xavier Henderson, who was his favorite receiver when he was at Florida. I'm always rooting for Emory Jones. He seems like a nice guy. This is his third stop, his final year, and he looked really, really good. He looked confident throwing the deep ball and everything like that. So shout out to Emory Jones. Hope you do well, man. Mississippi State, Will Rogers just looked okay. I didn't actually watch the game. All right, go to Cal. No, I don't have anything to say about Cal. Don't have anything to say there. I think we are almost done. Wow, this is great YouTubing. Oh, Washington State. Let's talk about them a little bit. Cam Ward. I love Cam Ward. He's got all the traits, and he looks good. This defense is going to fail him. How does this defense? I know it was the backups, blah, blah, blah. But, dude, even the backups, a couple people are going to get injured through the season, and the backups give up 21 points to Colorado State. if a couple DBs get injured during the season, Washington State is going to lose games 49-54. Like, you can't, in one quarter, even with the backups in, let up 21 points. Cam Ward looks awesome, but I feel like he's going to get let down from this defense eventually. Texas State, Baylor. Baylor, they lose their starting quarterback in Blake Shapen. That really, really sucks, man. And I know I put a lot of faith in Dave Aranda, and I had them close to my top 25. I had them at like 30, I think. This team's going to be rough because that freshman quarterback or whoever he was that they put in did not look very good. Texas State, though, they're going to be good. They got Calvin Hill, who's the running back that transferred from Utah State, and then they got this dude. I don't remember what his first name is, but Maddie. It's not Israel. It's something like that. But he's good too. He transferred from Houston Christian or something like that, and he looked like a beast as well. So Texas State actually looks like they might start beating some teams. So they're kind of my favorite underdog to bet right now. Oklahoma State, no, don't have anything to say. Troy, I told you Troy's pretty good, but that defense, Stephen F. Austin's a good team, but defense letting up 20 points in the first half to Stephen F. Austin, scary. Toledo, Virginia Tech. Now, I'm not going to talk about any of these games. I want to get to these good ones. Oh, shout out Carson Steele. Carson Steele looked good. Sam Pickney, the beast wide receiver from Coastal Carolina, he looked awesome. Grayson McCall did not look very good. What happened to the Grayson McCall we were talking about possibly being a first-round pick 2 years ago? Right? Yeah, 2 years ago. He doesn't look good. I understand, like, it's just a downfield passing offense, but he just didn't look good. So that's my complaint. This Florida State LSU game, both these teams, I think these two teams are top 10 teams. It's just Florida State, that second half, boy, took over. This LSU defense is really, really good. This Florida State team is just loaded everywhere, though. The first half was really good, really tight, really contested, and then Florida State blew the brakes off them. You got two different Jordan Travises. The first half, Jordan Travis, it was kind of a mixture of what we saw 2 years ago, mixed with a little bit of what we saw last year. Second half was everything what we saw last year. This dude looked really good in the second half, really crisp in the second half. Good for him. Jared Verse did his thing. A bunch of guys. Keon Coleman. That's right. I need to talk about my boy Keon Coleman, transfer from Michigan State, jump ball machine. This dude was calling it out, saying, hey, I'm about to dot this kid. Throw a deep ball. I'm about to dot him. And, yeah, he mossed the crap out of these kids. I really like him. He's exciting. Going to this one, we got only a couple games left, guys. Calm down. I know it's a long time. Calm down. Oregon State, DJ Uiagalelei was not the problem at Clemson. We'll get to Clemson down here. Yes, he had a lot of time to throw, but he looked calm. He looked poised. He was throwing the ball all over the place, and he looked good. Congratulations. He's going to go and win a bunch of games at Oregon State this year and fight for a Pac-12 championship. Rutgers, Northwestern, don't have anything to say except for Northwestern is in big trouble. Clemson, Duke. Dude, I don't know what to say about this. Clemson played really sloppy. Cade Klubnik did not play very well. Will Shipley played okay. These stats are deceiving, though. He didn't play as great as these stats are showing. Duke has a quarterback, Riley Leonard. Dude's kind of a dog. I I really like this kid. And I'm excited to see more from him. So I think Clemson's defense is still good. Jeremy Trotter and they got another linebacker over there. Just didn't look great. Their defense looked good, but like the two guys that you're really expecting to play great did not look that good. So that's slightly concerning. We'll see what happens next time. I appreciate you guys watching this long video. Who knows? It might be a two-part video if I don't know how to stitch them back together. I might just throw up two different videos, so we'll see which one gets more views. But appreciate you guys hanging in with my voice. Next week, we will have 2 more videos and maybe a third video. So we'll see. Have a good day, guys. Peace. Oh, goodness.